Let's understand how to iterate an object in JavaScript. Because the way of iterating the array is completely different the way of iterating the object. Reason is object have different set of structure. Object have collection of key value pairwise data. But when I'm talking about array is a collection of single element. So we already know we are able to iterate an array with the help of for loop, while loop and do while loop. But when I'm talking about the object, so how we are able to iterate object. So in this video, I'm talking about how we are able to iterate object in JavaScript with the different method. Hello champs, welcome to all of you on my Pyara Sha channel, coding from Mumbai. So without any further let's understand the concept of how we are able to iterate an object in JavaScript. Now you are able to see on the screen I'm simple creating an object. The name of object is employee. Employee object have a three property. First property is what is the name of employee. Second is what is the ID, as well as third one is what is the salary of employee. So let's understand how I'm able to iterate this particular employee object with the help of different method. So the first way of iterating the employee object or any other object in JavaScript is with the help of for in loop. Okay. So question is, what is the meaning of for in loop? Because we already know the for loop, while loop and do while loop. But what is the meaning of for in loop? So this is a new type of loop, that is for in loop. With the help of for in loop, we are able to iterate an object in JavaScript. So let's understand what is the syntax of writing for in loop. So this is the simple syntax of for in loop. We have to write for keyword and then open bracket and then curly bracket. Inside the curly bracket, whatever I want to write in the body of the loop, we are able to write. Okay. So let's understand this particular part, whatever I'm writing here. Okay. So the first step is in the for loop, we have to create a variable. Why we have to create a variable? I'm talking about later. First of all, we have to create a variable and then we have to use this particular in keyword. In is a keyword. This is why we are calling this particular loop is for in loop. After in keyword, we have to write name of our object, of which particular object I want to iterate. So what is happening here? In every iteration from this particular object, whatever object I'm writing inside the for in loop, one by one key are fetched out from this particular object and put inside this particular variable. Understand what I'm saying? Means from this particular object, one by one, for every iteration, each key are coming out from the object and put inside the variable. Means this particular variable contain the key of a particular object. In every iteration, one by one, all the keys are come out from the object and put inside the variable. Whatever variable I am creating here. Okay, so in every time, all the key one by one are coming out from the object and put inside the variable. Now with the help of this variable, because this variable contain the key. Okay, so with the help of this variable, we are able to access the element or a key value pair of the object. Okay, so I think you are able to understand whatever I am able to explain you. So let's see with the help of this particular for in loop how I'm able to iterate this particular employee object. Okay, so for that I'm simple writing here for keyword. Then I'm creating a variable. That particular variable contain the key for every iteration that are coming from the object. So the name of variable is I'm putting here key. Now I have to write here keyword, that is in keyword. Then name of our object name is employee. Then I have to use curly bracket. Now what happened if I want to print the value of this particular key variable? So let's see what is the output. You are able to see on the screen, I'm simple getting all the key of this particular employee object. So this particular variable contain the key of this particular object one by one in every iteration. So this is why I'm able to get all the key of this particular employee object. Okay, so let's see how to iterate this object with the help of for in a loop. Okay, so for that I'm simple writing here key and then I just want to concatenate with the colon and then here I'm writing the name of our employee and then I'm using the square bracket notation and inside that I'm writing here key. Okay, so let's see. So you are able to see on the screen, I'm getting all the key as well as value pair of the data from this particular object. Means I'm getting the name of our employee and ID as well as salary. Means we are able to iterate over an object with the help of for in a loop. Okay, so for in loop is a very special loop which provide us the facility or the easiest or better way to iterate an object in JavaScript, because each and every time from this particular employee object, one by one key are coming and putting inside this particular variable. That is, I'm writing here key. The name of variable is key. We already know that if I have a key, so with the help of bracket notation, we are able to access the a value. We already know that if I have a key of an object, so we are able to access the value of particular object with the help of bracket notation. So with the help of bracket notation, I am able to print key as well as the value of a particular employee object. So in this way, we are able to iterate over an object with the help of for in loop. Now let's talk about the second way of iterating the object in JavaScript. Okay. Now let's talk about the second way of iterating the object in JavaScript. So before talking about how I'm able to iterate the object with the help of second way, first of all, I want to talk about the entries method. What is the meaning of entry method or entries method? So in JavaScript for object, they provided the entries method. So with the help of entries method, we are able to iterate our whole object in JavaScript. Okay, so we have to write here object, then entries method. Inside this particular entries method, we have to provide the name of our object. Name of object. Understand? So this is a simple syntax of calling the entries method. So entries method is used for iterating the object in JavaScript. We have to write object, then calling the entries method. As an argument, we have to pass the name of our object that I want to iterate. Okay. So let's see how it is work. Okay. So for that, I am simple creating variable const result is equal to object dot entries, and as an argument, I am passing the name of our object, that is employee. Now I just want to print what is the value returned by this particular entries method. Okay. So what I'm doing here, I'm simple calling the entries method. As an argument, I'm passing the name of our object, that is employee. Whatever value are returned by the entries method, I'm putting inside the result variable, and then I am printing the value of result variable with the help of console.log. Now let's run the code and see what is the output. Now you are able to see I am getting the array. But what is happen in the array? Because there is a lot of square bracket. So entries method returns the array of arrays. This is why this particular whole array contains the sub array inside the array. So this is the first sub array, and this is the second sub array, and this is the third sub array. Means ultimately entries method returns the array of arrays, and each sub array contains two elements. First element is key and second element is value. This is why I am able to get in the first sub array, first element is employee and second element is Suresh, which is the key value pair of employee object. In second sub array, I am getting the employee ID and second element is 435. And third sub array contain the two element. First element is the name of our key and second element is the value of particular key. So this is second way of iterating the object in JavaScript with the help of entries method. So there are third way of iterating the object in JavaScript. So let's talk about that, how we are able to iterate object with the third way. What is the third way of iterating the object? Okay, so let's talk about that. Now let's talk about the another way of iterating the object in JavaScript. Okay, so for that I'm talking about a method that is keys method. This is a predefined method that are provided by the JavaScript in object. Okay, so with the help of keys method, we are also able to iterate our whole object in JavaScript. Okay, so let's see how it is work. So we have to call this particular keys method with the help of object keyword, because keys method is a static method. So we have to call this particular method with the name of our class. So I'm just writing here object, then dot operator calling the keys method. As the argument, we have to pass our name of our object, that particular object I want to iterate. So this is the simple syntax of calling the keys method. We have to call the keys method with the help of object keyword. As the argument, we have to provide the name of our object that I want to iterate. Okay, so let's see what is the return type of this particular keys method. Okay, I'm simple creating variable that is result, and now I'm calling the keys method, and as argument I'm passing the name of our object, and then I want to print the value of this particular result variable, whatever value returned by the keys method. Let's see what is the output. So I'm getting the array. That array contains 3 elements only. Now Each and every element of this array is nothing but the key of particular object. Understand what is happening here? Means overall the keys method is a method that returns the array of keys of our object. Understand? So every key of this particular object is contained by this particular array that are returned by the keys method. So how I am able to iterate this particular object with the help of keys method? Because keys method is only return the array of keys of our object. So let's understand how I'm able to iterate the whole object with the help of keys method. Okay, so for that I just want to remove this particular code. Now we already know result is nothing but a array of keys. What is the value contained by result? I'm just writing here. Understand? Means this particular result variable contain an array. That array contain nothing but all the key of our object in the array. Okay. Now I'm talking about for each method. With the help of for each method, we are able to iterate our whole array with the help of for each method. If you did not know the concept of for each method, so I'm giving the link into description of this particular video, so you are able to watch that video for understanding the concept of for each method. Then you have to watch this particular way of iterating the object. Okay. So I'm simple calling the for each method for this particular result array that contains the keys of our object. So I'm simple writing here result, then for each method. We already know for each method take a callback function as its argument. So I'm simple taking a fat arrow method. Now, so this particular callback function contains 3 arguments. 2 argument is optional and 1 argument is compulsory. So I'm just taking the 1 argument that is compulsory, that is current variable, current value or a current variable, for example, current variable, current var, okay, current variable. Now what happens if I just want to print the value of this particular current variable? What is the value contained by this particular current variable? Let's see. So I'm getting the keys, which is completely right. Means I'm calling the for each method for this particular result array. So I'm getting each and every element of this particular array. We are able to print inside the current variable, employee name, employee ID, as well as employee salary. So let's understand how I'm able to print with the help of bracket notation, because I'm getting the keys. With the help of for each method, I'm able to get the separate keys of this object. Okay, so if I want to fetch the value, so with the help of bracket notation, I'm able to get that. So I'm simple writing here current variable, then plus operator and concatenate with the colon for separation between keys and values. And here I'm writing name of our object, that is employee. Inside this object, I'm passing the current variable, which contain the key from this particular result array. Okay, so now let's run the code and see what is the output. So I'm getting the key as well as value pair of data for this particular employee object. So these are several methods. By using this method, we are able to iterate over an object in JavaScript. Understand? So this is all information about how to iterate an object in JavaScript. So thanks for watching this video. Bye bye.